Less than 24 hours to go before the core inflation numbers come out, and we're seeing some moves in the order book that are, well, let's just say not surprising. We often see this kind of behavior ahead of these types of inflation reports. So tomorrow we have a round of inflation numbers coming out. Core inflation, obviously a very important metric that the Fed likes to watch, and so do we for that matter, right? And I think what potentially makes this batch of reports different than what we've seen recently is really from, I think, November, December, January, February. I think all of those reports had some influence from the holidays, right? There was some holiday staffing, there were holiday sales that helped drive some numbers, or at least had some heavy influence on those numbers. And this, I think, now that we're past all that, this might be kind of a clean report that has that stuff factored out. And now we can see how things are looking in the year-over-year data, especially, I think, is something that the Fed watches very, very closely. Obviously, we've been trending down, and they've been expressing the fact that they want to see more data with more confidence that things are trending in the right direction to start cutting. And most recently, we've seen some speculation that, hey, maybe there's not going to be a need to cut as much this year. So I think the market is trying to price these things in, but really both TradFi and crypto markets are sitting back waiting for these numbers to come out. I think beating expectations tomorrow could really help get things moving. And of course, a hot number might send price down a little bit further. So let's look at the order book and let's look at the charts and see where we can find confluence of where the action is going to happen. And for me, really all the drama in the order book, on the chart right now, is really in this range. I'm going to take it all the way down here and I'll show you why. Really in this range for now. So as you can see, we did break out of that. I like ovals. I like ovals better than circles. I don't know about you guys. We did see a breakout from this trend line here, but as you can see, that's being tested right now as we speak, showing weakness in this move. Obviously, a trend precognition signal here leading the way, if you will. So where could price go from here? The color of the candles, even the technical indicators, really aren't as important to me as this level right here. The 2021 top, 69K even. This has been an area of a lot of drama. We've yet to validate an RS flip, a resistance support flip there. As you can see, a lot of drama trying to get up past it. We got up past it briefly, broke down, retested, but wick after wick came down below that line, and that was all signs of weakness to me, which obviously materialized in this breakdown through the 21-day moving average, retested this trend line. And so now it kind of feels like we had this lower low at 59.3 or so, and then price started to move up. We got a higher low a few weeks ago. I think there was consensus among a lot of analysts that maybe the new local bottom is around 61K. And now, as we see yet another higher low, maybe that is closer to 64.5 or 65K, right? And so we see some confluence with the 50-day moving average approaching this line here. By tomorrow, it probably will be right up in sync with this. And of course, the 21-day moving average has been an important one throughout the lifespan of this market over the past year, right? So we've now lost this trend line. Will 69K hold? We've been trying to establish a consolidation range, and it's been very, very large, right? From 73,800 down to this, from 59K up to 73. That's a large area, right? So more of the consolidation has been happening in this 60K, 62K range up to 69, and then we've had a little bit of consolidation above. So to establish the consolidation zone above this 69K level and to validate an RS flip here, we need to see full candle bodies staying above this 69K line. Yesterday it happened. Today it's happening for the moment. Will it stay there? And if it doesn't stay there, where do we go? First line of defense would be this 21-day moving average here. This is just sub 69K at this point. And then we go down to the trend line and the 50-day moving average, which is around that 65K level. So let's see what this looks like in terms of liquidity in the order book to see if we can find some confluence of liquidity stacked around any of these key levels of technical support, right? So 69K, sub 69K is around 68.5, we'll call it. And then down to the 65K range. So looking at fire charts here on the monthly view, we can see that price is starting to push down from yesterday's rally. We did see some good buy volume yesterday, but what we didn't see was good ETF volume, right? ETFs were where the new 9 were pretty flat, relatively flat. BlackRock still buying, of course, but as was Fidelity and what is this? ARK. No, ARK was flat yesterday. Then they had zero yesterday. But obviously, no, I'm sorry. Here's ARK Invest. They had 9.3 million yesterday. Grayscale, of course, overshadowing things with over 300 million in outflows. That was a net negative day. This just to me is signs that the ETF market is maturing. So back to fire charts here, looking at liquidity. At the moment, we do see whales continuing to buy, but those red sharks that have really been so aggressive since December, well, they've been selling. And in the last 24 hours, things changing even more here, right? So you can see retail buying here. You can see whales, brown mega whales sold, and the purple whales, which historically have dominated price direction for Bitcoin over the last several years, bought the dip, and now they seem to be selling the rip. So what's more important to me, what I'm seeing here is some liquidity from up above has started to thin out and fade its way down here lower, suppressing price, right? This block came from up here, and here you can see it maybe a little bit better if I expand, right? See this a little bit right here, and now that has come down to here, and you can see some of the bid liquidity also has moved downward, right? So that kind of paves the way for price to continue to move downward. And look at this, opening up, right? So you know, oftentimes we'll see this stuff move up or we'll see it move down. This looks just like it kind of disappeared altogether. Sure, it could have been transferred into a market order, possibly, but the fact that we see, like right here, right, stepping down, we see this fading out a little bit, and this thinning out a little bit. Actually, this one looks like it moved up a little bit. So, you know, the puzzle pieces are moving, but I don't like that this is thinned out here. So in terms of where the strength is, we said 69K is a level that we want to see hold. There's not a lot at 69K. Okay, a mere $5 million bucks, a little bit, you know, another 4.7 million above that, but that can be very easily absorbed, right? And if you lose that 69, boom, almost thin air right here to get down to that 68K level, and so not really a lot of strength at this level right here. So then we looked at that 65K range, right? So let's inch things up a little bit. 65 has some strength here. So hopefully that would hold, and that would be consistent with 65K being the local bottom if we can print that, right? So watching this very, very closely, this is a dynamic, living, organic beast, right? It changes all the time. So watching it here on fire charts to see where things are moving, to see if I can get some clues of where the opportunity is going to be. Again, it's very common for us to see this kind of behavior ahead of these reports, like what you know, the if we want to call it a game, and it really isn't, man, it's just trading, right? But if you want to identify the game, if you will, or call it that, then, you know, obviously there were some shorts that were opened up at this level yesterday. We pumped up above 72, close to 73, and then we see this liquidity coming down, pushing price downward. So they're trying to push down price down deeper, and in that process, clear out liquidity along the way, right? So if by tomorrow morning some of this is cleared out, or even this is cleared out, and we're down in this range, we get that dip. I would expect whales to buy the dip if we have positive news on the ETF front, and then they have an easier path to the upside if they've cleared out this upside liquidity, by selling through it. So we're seeing blocks materialize right before our eyes here on fire charts. So I can zoom in and see that just came in as support actually here at 70K. So trying to lure in more longs, but look at this. This now becomes an easier move. But look what's happening. Retail buying, whales selling that move. So I'd be very, very cautious and watch how things evolve here over the next 24 hours to make your big moves. Okay. So, with that, I think I'm going to wrap it. I've got a live stream coming up later today with the Carbon and Bancor crew. That's always a fantastic show. So I will drop the link in the channel so you can follow along for that. And also, of course, remember, nothing I say or share on these streams should be considered trading advice of any way, shape, or form. Please do your own research and manage your risks so you can stay in this game for a long haul. If you like the content, do me a favor, smash all the buttons for sure, and most definitely leave a comment. I love the comments. I respond and I engage with each and every one of them, so that means a lot to me. Please keep those coming. Help me grow the channel, and I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your feedback, and I love hearing your suggestions, and I actually incorporate some of them too. So keep it up, guys. I got more content coming for you later today. In the meantime, have a fantastic day. And as always, trade safe, my friends.